it. You are to be conscious of it every day. Power and glory. And he spent almost 40 days before God. And because he was beholding God, the glory of the Lord rubbing on him, the glory of God soaking onto his skin, the glory of God tabernacle upon him, to the point that when he came down to the camp, his face was showing. His face was showing. But this glory does not remain on him in that radiant fashion continuously. And we saw in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 13. Put it up. 2 Corinthians 3:13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. What is he saying? The face that he covered, that glory was a diminishing glory. That face, the way it's shown today will be different from the way it will shine tomorrow. And gradually it was abolished to the point that at a time in the life of Moses, his face was not showing again. He became what? Normal Moses. The man that could not behold his face yesterday became normal today. That is not the type of glory we are talking about today. We are talking about the glory of God that will remain upon you forever and ever. Now that we know that God's glory, we know what God's glory is. Let's find out how to sustain it. And there's no better person that will teach us on this topic than the man Solomon. Solomon have incredible experience of the measure of God's glory, but he failed to sustain it. As a young man, Solomon asked God for wisdom, not fame, not fortune, but wisdom. So God poured his wisdom upon Solomon. And Solomon became incredibly wise. Till today, nobody can compare his wisdom to that of Solomon. That is how serious it is. His wisdom was divine. This wisdom enabled him to achieve a level of success, fortune, and fame that was unmatched before, and has not been experienced since today. And he shared his wisdom through the book of Proverbs. We all know the book of Proverbs. Open that book and you will see an outpouring of what? Wisdom from a man. He was an incredible king. Everyone under his leadership lived a prosperous and productive life. Even during his reign, this happened to the point that nobody attacked him. He fought no war. He enjoyed absolute rest all around his coast. And I think he's the only king that record. So you can see the level of wisdom. Kings come from far and near just to listen to him. In less existence, you will see his meaningless existence in Ecclesiastes. When Ichabod was clearly written upon his head, this book captured it. He saw everything suddenly as boring. History merely repeats itself. There is nothing under the sun. That is what you see. Nothing under the sun. Nothing in this world. Everything is empty. He became an empty man. And his most dramatic state, he said, the day you die is better than the day you were born. Have you ever had a pity party like this before? This was a man that has fear of the glory of God. Solomon went from a thriving, existing, successful life and became a pessimist to questioning his own existence. The good news is that towards the end of his life, he came around. He got it back and he wrote it there. And we saw this turn around in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. After seeing this, and that conclusion is the key we need. We are still on the journey. May us stop and come down. But knowledge to better our journey in faith. Verse 13. Solomon now put this together. He said, let us hear the of glory. I have seen it all, but this is the conclusion of the matter. This is my overall advice to everyone that cares. Fear God and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of man. That is the key number one. You want to sustain the glory of God? What should you do? Fear God. And in fearing God, keep his commandment. It is the fear of God that is lacking in this generation so much. We don't fear God. I think we have calculated in our own wisdom that this God is a bit abstract. It's like story. We don't even think he sees us anything. We don't even need to leave the church to do bad things these days. Before they hide to do it. The boldness with which the children of light intermingle, and it shows clearly their lack of fear of this God. This king saw the two sides, and he concluded this way. He saw extreme glory of God. He saw what glory is, both Shekinah and otherwise. While dedicating the temple, God invaded the temple, and no one could stand and minister. It was Solomon. He asked for wisdom. Solomon. He did not only get wisdom, he got riches with it. And at the peak of his glory, he fell. He lost the fear of this God at the moment of his glory, to the point that this man, whose father is David, and David has cautioned him over and over about following the commandment of this God. This man followed his wife to go and worship idol. If you accompany anyone to idol's place, even if you stand or sit wherever, you are worshiping that idol. He fell to the point of going before idol. His flesh became his Lord. He took his relationship with the women to the level I don't think any human being